All right.
We got a lot to talk about.
Yes.
Some very fun and interesting stuff.
Let's get into it.
What's the first thing we're going to hit?
Let's talk about what the media meltdown
I like that.
when it comes to American Eagle and Sydney Sweeney. Do I say that right?
Yeah, I think so. But
I like both. I like American Eagle and I like her.
Yeah.
Now, I watched the commercial. I mean, what are they blowing up about? Is it because she was not dressed modestly? Like,
No, well,
what's the...
part of it is some of them are saying that she set women back 20 or 30 years. I think because she was being maybe seductive. I didn't think it was that bad.
Okay.
But then others are saying that... So for those of you who haven't seen the ad, maybe you're going to show the ad.
Yeah.
But she does say genetics are passed down from generation to generation. You get your basically hair color, personality, even eye color from your parents. And then she says, my genes are blue.
Talking
And then-
about her pants.
Well, I think it was a play on words because then next to her is the text and a man that says, Sydney Sweeney has good genes or great genes.
Yeah.
And so the outrage is that people think are legitimately saying that's like a Nazi propaganda
No.
or
Don't.
this is eugenics or it's racist.
wait,
It's
wait,
racist. Some people
There's no
saying,
way.
yeah, some people are saying it's make America white only. That we wanted to go back to just a white America, which America's never been just white. And I think it's insanity. And I think, right?
You said you had some TikToks you wanted to show.
Well, yes.
Political podcaster Brad Palumbo compiled the most outrageous hot takes on TikTok.
You guys are complaining about that Sydney Sweeney jeans ad, so I went and saw it. That's Nazi propaganda. Wow.
I will be the friend that's too woke because those Sydney Sweeney American Eagle ads are weird. Like fascist weird. Like Nazi propaganda weird.
This is Nazi pure Nazi
That is so bad. What are they talking about?
Well, all three of them weren't blessed with genes.
Blue jeans, I think you're saying?
They weren't wearing jeans.
Oh, they weren't wearing
They
jeans.
weren't blessed either.
But so here's the thing. I don't think Sydney Sweeney is a Nazi. And I don't think American Eagle is trying to bring back eugenics.
How do you draw that conclusion? How do
Considering
you
the fact-
logically draw that conclusion? You have to be reaching to
Well-
watch that commercial and think Nazi.
Yes.
Am I wrong?
No, I don't get it. I don't understand. And considering the fact that American Eagle's president or CEO is a practicing Jew. Yeah. So you're calling them Nazis who tried to eliminate the Jewish race. It just doesn't make any sense. People have lost their minds.
How are you
And-
going from that, though? I watched that commercial. I
because
didn't
some of
think
these
anything
people, we have two spectrums. We have the conservative side and the liberal side, and there's the far kooky, crazy conservatives on this side that are, I kind of consider a little dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
It's a small handful. And then you have a small handful, maybe getting a little bit bigger, of the ultra crazy left liberals that I honestly think it's got to be exhausting for them that they just wake up every single day trying to find, outraged to start, and maybe we know one of them, and they just, they have to just constantly all day long look for something to be upset about.
And you're saying they
and
wake up
offended.
and they're just like ready to rock, ready to be
They
offended?
have to be.
Yeah, what can we complain about today?
They have to be. So all I have to say is Sydney Sweeney is beautiful.
Very attractive.
So she has good genes. I think it's a very clever play on words.
Eugenics, you said?
Yeah.
So they're talking like the
master, because she's blonde and she's blue-eyed and she's white. So that's the.
But you practice eugenics when you go on a date. If you had 3 girls that were exactly the same.
Wait, I guess I need to understand what eugenics is.
Eugenics, if I'm correct, is you as being good, like it's from
Good genes.
Good genes. It's eugenics is good genes, and what the principle is, from what I remember, is that they're going to alter, I don't know if it's through birth or if it's through, just manipulating the population to eliminate certain genes.
And that's what Hitler was trying
to do.
But, I mean, don't you see when people say, well, if you two would have a baby, you'd have a beautiful baby?
That's exactly what I'm trying to say.
So is it bad to say that?
If you had three girls that exactly the same personality...
It's bad to say it because she's white. If a black woman they did that with, no one would have a problem with it. That's the problem. Is because...
I get what you're saying.
But I don't agree with it. I don't think that it was purposefully... They're not sitting around a boardroom. American Eagle has, in the past, been very diverse with their advertisement. Different people of different ethnicities, color. I mean, skinny women, big women.
What was the other clothing company that was like Abercrombie and Fitch?
Now, these people would never, these people that are complaining, could never
go back into the 1990s
and 90s especially. Abercrombie and Fitch, they were perfect.
What do you mean?
The models.
Or the people that worked in their stores.
They did a whole thing about them.
They literally had to be like drop dead gorgeous, perfect physique. Guys had to be like ripped. The girls had to be beautiful. They wouldn't hire you. They wouldn't put you in the stores, and they wouldn't put you on any advertisement if they weren't like perfect.
Oh, you're saying to work in the store?
To even work in the store, you had to have a certain look. You had to look, And whether it's right or wrong, it is wrong to hire someone based just solely on looks. I'm not saying that it's not right. That's right, but this is just
when you're selling what they were selling back in the day. Abercrombie and Fitch. It was a lifestyle. It was a style. It was. It was like It
was an image.
It was a big time image,
and
you hope that you fit in those jeans and those tops. And
I think that American Eagle's ad people were like, we need to do something, and Sydney Sweeney she is like hot right now. She's the it girl. She's been in shows.
I mean, it's just
movies.
maybe me because I'm not into the cult, like the pop culture and into the media. When you said the name, I was like, hey, who? I saw the commercial because I looked it up. I was like, who? I remember her face, but you're saying she was in some stuff.
Yeah, like she kind of, I think, maybe became famous from a show called Euphoria. She was in a movie, I don't know what was, Anyone But You. She's got a few more movies coming out, one of which she's going to portray Christy Martin, which was like the best female boxer back in the 90s. The only female boxer to ever be put on Sports Illustrated. And so it's going to be like a real life story about her.
So she's doing good. She's doing good as an actress.
And the feminists, if that's who's bothered by this, should be praising her for being a woman.
Women empowerment. Getting up there.
Yes.
Doing that stuff.
Yeah. I think that they just wanted to pick someone that was, what sells product?
Okay.
Beautiful, famous people.
Like the simple term is
or just famous
sex sells. I don't agree with it. I am probably a little bit more on the Christian conservative side. I like modesty. I like if you're gonna ask me, I think she shouldn't have been. She was buttoning her pants. She had her shirt half open. In my opinion, you shouldn't be showing that anyway. But it's not like she was completely naked or something.
And then some people say they were just targeting men. Well, yeah, if men were going to watch that,
that ad is specifically targeted to men.
No, I think that women would look at that and be like,
but like, wouldn't you see the majority?
Those jeans are not tight jeans. You see them?
They're not.
They were loose fitting jeans.
Listen,
they look nice.
If you go through Facebook right now, if I just like scroll through my Facebook feed, there's plenty, or Instagram especially, probably Instagram.
Instagram more than anything.
Girls on vacation, people on vacation, bikini tops, whatever.
That's worse than that.
Yes, I understand. That's part of the reason why I'm not any of that stuff, because I don't want to see that. I don't need to see that, so I'm not gonna put myself in the position
the health culture, the workout culture. These girls are wearing next to nothing.
No, and I agree.
In those, when they're building their following.
Mm-hmm.
But to follow it up, I don't know if it's just by chance or if they're playing off of this, but Dunkin' Donuts released on their TikTok thing very attractive young man with his a shirt on that's open, and he's got this really nice tan, and he stands up and he's like, I didn't ask to be the golden boy of summer, but it's genetics.
No, they had to be exactly.
And he goes, and he says something about, I have golden skin, and every time I have some kind of drink from Dairy Queen, the sun shines
Dunkin' Donuts,
on.
you said?
Oh, Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah.
What did I say?
You said Dairy Queen.
No, Dunkin' Donuts. Every time that I drink this, and he has the drink in his hand, the sun shines on me, and something that my skin becomes more golden. And now they're getting backlash for it.
Really? So wouldn't they have learned though that because I think you had slightly mentioned to me that their stock.
Oh yes. So in 5 days, their stock went up 16%. So on an evaluation of a company stock of $2 billion, it went up $300 million. So if it holds, and they sell jeans, it's been a great campaign. And she has not come out and made a statement yet that I know of, and neither has American Eagle. And I hope they don't.
As of today, which is the 31st, right?
Yes. And I hope that they
shouldn't.
Or I hope when they come out with the statement, they don't apologize.
Yeah.
Maybe just state, listen, it was a fun play on words. We don't think that America should be all white.
All I have to say is I do not.
But how far of a jump is that?
Yeah, it is such a jump. I will have to say this. I don't think it was planned, but if it was, whoever came up with that idea and said we're going to trigger this group of people, that person needs to be promoted that person is a genius.
But this woke...
Well, they need to give that person that came up with that idea as much credit and take away as much credit as the person that tried to run that Bud Light campaign two years ago.
No. That literally broke Bud Light down.
I mean, it knocked them down. And I'm going to tell you after that, I thought maybe it was just a joke that people are not buying it. We don't really drink.
No, I walked in the grocery store on 4th of July. No Miller Lite, no, everything else was gone.
Bud Light was
and
full.
The Bud Light was stacked up on pallets.
I on the way to my wife's parents' house, there's it's been there for years, a massive Bud Light board. They had it flipped to the rainbow and stuff. When that commercial came out, I'm talking within days. It costs a lot. It has to cost a lot to put those things up. I mean, it was massive. Within days, they had it flipped back to the original red and white Budweiser can.
And this whole woke mentality probably could have possibly been an okay thing to bring some light to some things that maybe we should be more sensitive about or could do better. But it's just gone way too far.
It went.
Well, let me say one thing.
Ulta beauty products.
Oh wait. What were you gonna say?
I know a little bit about advertising. I know a little bit about marketing. Okay. And just to talk about the Bud Light thing for one more second.
Yeah.
You basically have the bulk of the population that's buying your Bud Light product are going to be guys that are coming home in work jeans, worn out work boots, working hard, and looking to just have a 12-pack or a 6-pack for the weekend or whatever. And they're the ones buying all that beer. Mm-hmm. The, quote, woke or the, transgender, they're not drinking beer and they're not drinking Bud Light. Yeah, they're drinking cocktails, they're drinking fruity drinks, they're drinking other stuff. So to take the bulk of your population and then you're going to go worry about this tiny percentage that might buy Bud Light but maybe doesn't even care about it, won't even look at it, but you tailored to them. I don't know how anybody sat in a boardroom and said this was not a bad way to go.
Well, and maybe the companies are realizing it and they thought that that's what people wanted, and now it's flipping back and they're going to be because even Nike, who went through this phase of just interesting advertisement, their newest advertisement, I'm going to say his name wrong, is the golfer that just won.
Scotty Scheffler?
Yes, Scotty Scheffler with the putter and his daughter or son on the putting green.
Yeah.
And it's a more wholesome, family-oriented, going back to that.
That's what won the election, was just normalcy, family, not this.
But what's normal? That's the
I get it. I get it. But when you look at it, when Biden was president, woke, I mean, took over. And you were right. Woke tried to do a Hail Mary and throw that ball all the way down, and they lost. Got intercepted, and they lost the championship. You know what I mean? Like
budlight.
It's not. No, I'm saying wokeness in general, because you were saying
they just gone too far.
They went too far and they lost it all. And you were right. They probably had some good to do, but they lost any ability because they went too far.
They went too far. And people, like, this was just a TikTok thing where people were trying to boycott. Oh, and that's what I wanted to. So one of the TikToks, because I did delete my Facebook and my Instagram for the week just to be off of it, but I left TikTok on, and then I saw this story and I just went down the rabbit hole of watching all these videos about American Eagle. And one lady, she's just out like running, and she has the script on it that says, American Eagle stock has jumped up since this ridiculous ad. Let's all stop buying from them, all close, and bring their stock to zero.
What? Why?
Yeah. So, the left, or the crazy ultra left, they say that they're all about accepting people and loving people and diversity and stuff, but they're not. I mean, maybe they are, but not when it comes to thought. Yeah. If you don't think like them, they want to cancel you, they want to shut you down, and they want... But, so someone commented...
It's a lot easier to love her in those jeans than somebody else. Is she single?
I don't know, that's a good question.
And how old is she?
And then one of the people said... But back to this lady that said that it should go to zero. Someone commented...
Keep going.
And said that American Eagle... Someone commented and said American Eagle has 44,000 employees.
Holy moly.
Yes. And then they broke it down and said, of which 62% are women, and 40% of them consider themselves a minority ethnicity.
Okay.
And then he went on to say, so that means that you would like to see the firing or loss of 27,000 women losing their job. Oh. And he's like, wow, that's horrible. And she commented, the creator of that, commented and said, get over it. Layoffs happen all the time.
What?
So from one
that is so
advertisement segment, she wants
44,000 people to lose their jobs. 44,000 people or 20 whatever women to lose their jobs.
And it would have been fine if he made that comment and she came back and said, okay, I was being over dramatic. I just want to see them maybe suffer some losses.
Why would you want to see anybody suffer some losses?
But I get it. I don't know.
It's not that big of a deal.
Like, where you get your Christmas tree.
Yeah.
It's a nice farm. They do a really nice job. They make you feel good. They treat you good when you go get your Christmas tree there. But for the past 3 elections, they have broadcasted on big signs right in early November, so it's right before Christmas tree time, who they wanted to win the last 3 elections. Big.
And they really would do that?
Yeah. Like on 8x4 pieces of plywood.
Are they worried about at least one person not buying a tree?
Well, and that's what I thought. And they didn't necessarily, they're not picking the person that I voted for. But we still go. It's like we're not,
Yeah,
you're not going and boycotting them.
He's putting a big banner up there for someone I didn't vote for, but I still go there. That's a tradition for my son and I, and we've been going there every year since he was 6 months old and getting a tree from there the day after Thanksgiving. But I'm going to still go there because that's more important to me.
And that's just the way it should be. Like, you should be able to vote for whoever you want to vote, or think different thoughts than me, and we should be able to still get along.
But that's not how it is.
No. And the only reason why I say that is because the woke side kind of lost their mind a year or two ago because Sydney Sweeney was at a party.
The same woman?
Yes. Had some family and some friends there, and some of her family members, a few guys, had mega hats on. And this woke group lost their minds on social media and saying, see, she doesn't really talk about her political beliefs, but obviously it's clear, but just mad because she's around people that are Trump supporters. I don't know. Do you remember the ad in 1992? I mean, it's the most iconic one. I remember it.
I don't. I wasn't alive.
Carry the One. I was like 15, 16 years old. A beautiful
Cindy Crawford.
I knew you were going to
Pepsi ad.
But not only
changed
that,
my life forever.
But wait, what is this ad?
Yes. So you should try it.
You're having some nostalgic right now.
Yes. So I forgot about the car. She drives in. So you got to imagine she drives into this middle America, a dusty road, but it's a like red Lamborghini, and she pulls up, and there's these two boys on this side of the fence that are kind of like just chilling, and
8 to 10-year-old boys,
or maybe a little older.
They could be. It was,
and they kind of like look over and they see the car and they're kind of like piqued in interest, and then the door opens and it opens like this, because Lamborghini.
Yeah.
And out
she
comes
gets out like this
with her big long legs, Cindy Crawford. Back in the day,
I know I'm gonna sound ignorant, but who is Cindy Crawford?
Oh,
she was a model back then.
Okay.
Beautiful model.
Yeah.
And so she gets out. She got these long legs and a cut-off jeans and a white tank top.
Just a white tank top.
Yeah. And she just strolls over to this gas station. It's an old gas station with old pumps, but it has a Pepsi machine in front of it. And she goes up to it and she puts the coins in. And now they pan back to the boys. And the boys are leaning on the fence now and just admiring the show. And the can comes down.
The show.
And she, they do it all like. And then she stands there and just drinks. And then she starts to bring her down. And the older boy goes, "Wow, look at that new Pepsi can."
Oh my God.
And then they show her again just standing there, and she kind of looks over at the boys. And then the youngest one goes, "Yeah, it's so beautiful." Now, forget the fact that this amazing car came
there.
up.
She's
gorgeous. These kids are fascinated by
Great commercial.
But that's a great commercial.
Now, if they would have played that today, you're saying that they would have lost.
I don't know.
Well, I think today that's more of a risky, not risky, but like that would be more like you're using her as a symbol because she's gorgeous and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? I don't know.
I just thought of that.
You started to mention Ulta. What are you talking about that?
Well, Ulta, who,
is it the makeup?
All beauty products,
they hired a gay man as their spokesman, the new spokesman.
What?
He literally has long hair, and that's fine if they want that, but and a beard and everything. But like, once again, maybe missing your target. Like
we were saying.
Why would women not be bothered by that? Like, why not have a woman be your spokesman? That's a woman's thing.
What percentage of your clientele is men that are using makeup? Whatever way you want to live your life.
Right.
But what percentage?
It's just interesting.
Probably very low compared to the other side.
The women,
which is the women that are actually using it and actually doing all that stuff. Now, I could see a woman, saying, "Okay, I'm not going to buy that anymore. If you've lost me on that." Just like how I didn't. When I saw those Bud Light commercials, I'm like, first of all, I don't even drink Bud Light, but I'm not going to go buy a Bud Light. Like, I'm going to make it a point. Right. I'm not going to go buy a Bud Light because you are just, like you said, you're way off course.
My neighbors across the street to do fireworks every year.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm going up to the store. Can I get anything? And they said, yeah, pick up some beer. And like, we're on a group text. Yeah, and like 4 of the dads said, as long as it's not Bud Light.
No way.
And when I walked into that grocery store,
that was the only
pallets in the middle of the aisles where that should have been gone by now.
Yeah.
Were stacked with Bud Light. Miller Lite's gone. Everything else was gone. Coronas were gone. Anything that you can get your hands on beer-wise was sold but that.
That is crazy. That is crazy.
So we'll see what happens.
Well, yeah, we'll see.
But
we'll see in a week or two.
But
if that stock keeps going.
Yeah.
But American Eagle and Cindy, they teamed up to make this line of jeans, and some or all of the proceeds from it are going to donated to a crisis hotline for women.
Oh, that's even worse for these woke people. Like, so they even take 2 seconds to say, take 2 seconds to like research the product, research the people in the company. Did they do anything? Because if that is just too much.
Yeah.
It is just too much.
It was just a clever play on words. Like, she actually stands there and she's like...
It is. It's a great dad joke.
Right, yeah.
I've got good genes. I could see that, me saying that to my son.
Yeah.
And mentioning the fact that you look like me or something like that. Like, oh, we got good genes. Oh, just kidding, I got my blue genes.
Well, when I'm out with my son, he's got blonde hair and blue eyes, and I have green eyes and dark hair. And someone says, oh, he's a really good looking boy or whatever. It's like, yeah, he takes after his mother.
He's got his mom's genes.
He's got his mom's genes.
And that's what I was trying to say earlier.
Good genes.
Yeah.
If they're worried about eugenics, every time you're going on a date, you're practicing that. If you had 3 women that looked identical, if they didn't look identical, but they had the same personality, the same career, or at least almost the same, and all 3 of them wanted to date you, your brain, subconsciously or consciously, is going to go to what is more attractive to you.
Yeah, we know beauty when we see it, and sometimes it's kind of hard to explain.
Yeah.
You look at someone and like all of us collectively can be like, she's beautiful, he's beautiful. It's
just a pretty simple
It's
thing.
just whatever it is. I mean, it's certain, like they say, wider eyes.
Symmetrical and just
this,
the right
that,
balance.
certain, I don't know.